this is video 2 of what's the date today? July 22, video number 2. Can you help me admit all? Okay. All right, I'm gonna, yeah. We're gonna admit everybody back on. We have a lot today, a lot of people attending today. And I apologize that I did not send you a reminder. I always try to do that before a meeting, but because I was traveling, I just forgot to send you an email saying, hey, we have our meeting. So I was doing it like, we're already doing it now and nobody's showing up. So, and I sent this and thank you for responding. So, okay, so we were talking about what was it again? We were talking about the activities you do here, right? Mm-hmm. And so anyway, so I am looking forward to you all coming because I have a contract actually with Brinkley and Helena. They just approved my proposal of coming. I think Helena, I go every other week. And then Brinkley, I actually go every week. So Christine, I'll be seeing you every week. And Leslie, yeah. So I have, see what I do is for those that are here, I do not charge you all, but I do charge school if they ask me to come because I'm retired. But I don't charge them if they just call me, text me, whatever, needed guidance. I help them without charging them. But when they ask me like, Merlina, will you be in charge of this, whatever, then I charge them. But I also go to the classroom, I observe, I give strengths and weaknesses because I was a former administrator. So I kind of know how I actually would use the same instrument that your principal would use. And I would kind of tell you the grows and the glows. So so you know what you're gonna need to work on. Did that help you?
Yeah, it helped me. Like since she was the consultant last year for Brinkley, then she was able to observe my class. So she did, like what she did was that she observed me, and then after that she observed my 2 classes. Then she gave me my grows and glows, meaning what should I be improving, or
what I'm strong on,
what I'm strong with. So I actually applied it, and the things that she put in there are really helpful, and then you have to really apply it right away whenever she give you like suggestions to what to do with your class, considering that this kind of system is something or not really that new, but most of it are really new for us. So
strategies,
it's in an American way, yeah. Mm-hmm. So you have to adapt it right away for you not to forget about it.
And I was bragging to her superintendent that I said, Maria is one of those that when I give her up comments, I see it immediately. Like when I told her about, you might want to do an agenda so that your students will know what you're going to do. And the next time I came here she is with agenda. So I was bragging on that, took pictures of it and showed her superintendent that I'm really proud of her, that she is very responsive.
I think based on my observation with elementary classrooms, we also have to put some anchor charts. Did you tell them about that? Yeah.
Everybody should have anchor charts on the wall. And as long as anchor charts do not just become decoration, in order for an anchor charts to be powerful tool is to actually refer to it. You actually make a point of referring to it and have the students to refer to that, because otherwise it becomes a decoration. Anchor chart should serve its purpose, right?
Because most students in reality, like especially in the Delta part, and they really needed the help. So you have to consider their, how do you call this?
That learning style.
Yeah, learning styles. And then most of them are really forgetful. Really forgetful. So you have to use an anchor chart and then utilize it every now and then. Like even if for us it's just nouns, pronouns, whatever that is, parts of speech. For them, they still forget about it. So you might consider putting it in an anchor chart or put it in a poster and then let them try to review it with them every now and then.
Yeah, because then you have the basics, then you have them applied in your writing. So yeah. And it's a biggie here to actually have students write. Like I guess I was a slave driver when I was a school teacher, because I had my students write every single day, different form, different subjects that I taught. I had them write. Even with math, I had them to do an error analysis by writing me a step by step. What do you think that which step did you miss and why, and so on. So they have to do an error analysis in math. And anyway, science, you can do a lot, of course, when you do experiments and so on. You make it a writing thing, like we did like social studies. We actually wrote to the president, we got response, and then they sent pictures. And then we also wrote companies if we're complaining about something. I had my students write to the company itself, and they sent us free products. I did not know they do that, but yeah. So anytime that you have your students write in an authentic way, do it. One of my fourth grade, I've taught K-12 except 10th and 12th. But anyway, so one of my the grades, my favorite grades, fourth grade, and they were doing pen pals because my really good friend in another town also wanted to write. So I said, hey, let's have our students be pen pals. And so anyway, so we kind of match, gifted with gifted and special ed with special ed, all that, kind of match them. And then they start talking to each other. They were like looking forward to it. At the end of the day, they would say, we always had a reflective journal, but then they also get to write their pen pal letter. Once a week or twice a week, they get their pen pal letter. And then I have a colleague that lived in that town. So she would bring this whole big bag of notebooks to her friend, and then we switch back and forth like that. That was the best thing, because you know what? I noticed my students' writing really improved, and I saw, like, without doing any correction, because really I wanted to show it to the parents that the way it is, but I would actually observe it because I'm a literacy specialist. So I was observing it to see some common patterns of mistakes, errors. So that's what I do my short lesson, a mini lesson. For example, I noticed that, my goodness, a lot of my students are putting I, not capitalized. As simple as that. So I would make sure that I wrote that down, that you need to make sure that you check your capitalization. And then I went ahead and paired it up with your end mark too. You have to start with capital and then always have an end mark. It could be a period, whatever, and then always encourage them to use all three kinds of sentences. Ask them a question and you do an exclamatory sentence, and so on. So try to do that, because if you do that, then your scores will be better. You have to have a varied sentences, and varied form, complex, the type, simple, complex, compound, and all that. And then so your scores should be good. Have you got your scores yet?
Yeah, I haven't had the report.
Okay.
But yeah, this doesn't just apply for English teachers, but it also applies to other subject areas. And also, I want to add the science of reading. That is especially in Arkansas, and it also applies in other states. Science of reading is essential in Arkansas. They really prioritize it for now because of the low reading. Is it reading rate? Yeah,
literacy
score of the students here.
Yeah.
So every subject, I always remember this because it's always in our PLC. Like every subject, even if you're math, science, or whatever that is, you also have to inculcate it in your subject area. So like you encourage your students to learn vocabularies in your subject. And because some of them, as what I've said, some of them or most of them are very forgetful. They really know what is it all about, but they forget the word. So you have to teach them, even if you say like it really is for English subject, but you have to consider also applying it in your subject area, because say for example, like they don't know what is photosynthesis. So you have to explain it to them.
Break it apart, yes.
Yeah. Even if they're high school, I'm telling you, even if they're high school students, they are forgetful. And it's probably because, especially in the Delta area, they are not really exposed with it. So you also have to consider that, considering their low socioeconomic background.
Right.
So not all of them can afford things. Not all of them can go to field trips, like even in our school.
Yeah.
So not all of them can do that. So you have to expose them to that.
I public school. Yeah, that's a good point, because they have 2/3 of our language, English language, is actually from Greek and Latin roots. So to know what roots they're from is to know what the meaning would be. Even as simple as that, the prefix and the suffix, what do they mean? Teaching the students that in whatever area you're teaching is a good thing. They're actually teaching them phonics. K2 actually is very heavy in phonics. So
teaching phonics.
they teach in phonics. So in your interview, if you are in the elementary early, you mention that if you're good at that, that's a plus for you in Arkansas, just because they're really focused on that, right? Science of reading and
Yes.
science of reading and phonics. Yeah.
Dr. Merlina, I would just like to add, I just I just had this certification, TEFL certification
Oh,
earlier
TOEFL.
this
You got TOEFL? Yeah, if you have
that
76 and above, you that's what you need in order to get TOEFL. You will get your Arkansas license. So this is how it works. Our Philippine license will have a reciprocity with Arkansas license, but it's called a provisional license. So you will get a license, but it's called provisional, which means you have 2 years, or at least that year really, to make 1 year to make it into an initial license, which is the actual license. But
well, you can only get the reciprocity, the provisional license if you pass the TOEFL.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'll get it backwards.
So like
okay.
I have the reciprocity, our PRC license, reciprocity, and then they told me to take the TOEFL.
Okay, so that is part of the
after
requirement.
passing the TOEFL, then you have the provisional license, and then you have a year to work on with your standard license, which I am also working on right now.
But you need the reading thing, right?
We need to take the praxis. Hopefully they will not pursue with that, because there are other states that stop the praxis.
No, they will not give that up. They'll always given praxis test, which is like that's ITS.org that does TOEFL, also has praxis test for the different areas. So if you are teaching, for example, out of level, like my sister she is certified like 4.8 in literacy, and she took the 912 in order for her to teach, a higher span of different levels. So they'd let you do that, so in your interview, make sure you say something about, I'm very willing to take any practice exams that I may need in order for me to qualify for this job. So just, show that you kind of have a neat knowledge about praxis. And I think that would help. And also, of course, this has been said before, that if you have some special like coaching, like you have coached before, or you have played any sports, mention that, because they're always looking for coaches.
Yes. I am a black belt martial artist, a taekwondo coach.
Okay, that's good. You mentioned
and other
mention that, because they say it might be a good idea to start one, in a school that I get, you can kind of have that, because I think one of you guys was saying something about volleyball. Oh no, not badminton. I think somebody, I don't forget who it was. So badminton, and there's a bunch of schools here do not have badminton team, and they can just open in America. You can just open whatever interest you have. My daughter had a mahjong club.
Doc, it's me.
Huh?
Yeah, it's me. I told them
It was you.
that I am a badminton player, and at the same time a badminton coach here in Qatar.
Yeah, that's it. Because I said, I remembered somebody sharing that. Okay, I'm sure that helped you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. All right. Rona Low, right? I think Low. Rona, can you talk to us, Rona? I don't
Hey,
know.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Hi. I'm sorry, I'm a bit late. Hello?
Yes. We can hear you.
Okay.
You have your camera
I'm sorry,
on? Or
ma'am.
did you not want to show your face tonight? It's okay.
I
Understand.
It's okay, ma'am. I'm sorry. Wait.
There
Hello.
she is.
The lighting is really bad at the
Ours is
moment.
very bad here too, and I don't even say, oh my gosh, I didn't even have lipstick on. Just grab it.
Hello, ma'am. So we've met a couple of meetings, and I just got really busy with the school and closing the graduation and everything else. That's why I haven't been active.
Yeah.
But yesterday, no, that was actually like 12 midnight.
Oh wow.
It's today. I had an interview with Sir Jason Young, the principal of Mamel High School.
What Momel? Is that Momel? Did you say Momel?
Mamel.
Okay, that's a good school. That's one of the best schools here. And that's in Little Rock. So that's in the capital. It's like teaching in Cebu City or Manila. It's a big one. Yeah. So it's really nice there. You will have Uber and Lyft there because yeah.
Wow.
Momel is one of the on the west side of Little Rock, and so that's where like the rich people live. So it's just the opposite of what Helena
Oh,
and Brink, yeah. And so if you get a job there, that's a pretty good place to work. I have done accreditation. I was the accreditation um, head person there in one of the Mamel schools. I was impressed with the quality of teaching there because we had to interview everybody, including students, teachers, community stakeholders. Yeah. So how did it go? How did your interview go?
it was pretty chill. Sir Jason Young was actually really just chill about it. However, when he asked me when will be like the earliest for me if he was to hire me to be
Mhm,
there.
mhm.
And I told him September. I didn't know what else to tell him. But I also told him that I cannot promise September because it would matter with the visa processing.
Yeah,
And
we don't
um
have control over that. It's the U.S. embassy's,
yeah,
schedule. Yeah.
mhm. And I
And that's
think
a good
it's
answer though.
urgent.
September is a good answer. Yeah.
I think it's urgent because he was the one who actually messaged me. And I
Uh-huh.
don't remember actually applying for their school.
Yeah, because you have to remember, I sent all your name your names there. I sent it to all of the principals and superintendents in Arkansas. So and there's a
Wow.
link there to all your paperwork. And so anyway, so they could be contacting you just because they have it on their file. I shared it with everybody.
Yeah.
So I shared it with 1,200 and plus the superintendent. So about, I guess, 1,500, 1,500 administrators. And then when I
Wow.
update it, they also get the updates. So Alvin, when you sent yours, then yours will be added there too. So it continues to be, I love Google Docs. So I have it in a Google sheet. So it's always, it's updated.
So,
Everybody can see it.
preliminary lang.
Yeah, what I do
Thank you
is if
so
I'm
much,
hired,
ma'am.
I take it off. I take your name off of that list. That way they won't try to interview you and you already have a job. So anyway, but I don't take you off unless you actually tell me that I do have a job and it's already finished. Because sometimes it could be rescinded. One of our folks here it got rescinded. Her offer got rescinded because the school the school had found out that the agency that she was using was going to charge the school 20% of what she makes. That is a lot. That is a lot. And so
Mhm.
they said, well, we can't afford that, or they're not really happy with it. So they just rescinded it. Thankfully for her, she got another job. So she's still coming. So that's good. All right. Now, Layla Saban, for some reason, Layla, I thought that you already got a job and you emailed me and said that no, I don't. So talk to me, please.
Hi, good evening. Sorry I'm
Evening.
late.
No
I
problem.
have a flu, but I have already managed it.
Feel better.
Fortunately, Doc Merlina, I have still with Goddard at Galantine, Tennessee.
Okay.
They are still interested in me, but as what you have said about the AIG, they charge it too much with the placement
20%, that's
on
ridiculous.
my visa. They have talked to Dr. Miss Diana Walls, my employer,
Mhm.
and they charge her about
Oh
$10,000.
my gosh,
Oh my
God, that's
God.
ridiculous.
And
Is she paying for it or is she rescinding the offer?
no, she just consulted me if she will get it for me, but she said that I will be the one to pay for it because they cannot afford
Can't afford it.
the
Nobody can.
yeah, because she
Nobody can.
said in her the teacher that she get from the Philippines also does not pay that much. So she said the offer is too pricey for the school,
Yeah,
but she said she will not give up on me,
good.
and she said I would just email her if what whatever she can do for me, just I will just tell her. And I think if I have no choice, maybe I will get AIG.
Oh
Is
my
that
gosh.
is that
That,
okay?
I would not want you to be ripped off, you know, somebody cheating you of your hard-earned money. That's ridiculous that you're paying, you're working so hard and somebody will just take 20%. That is awful. That is
10K.
so unethical, you know, and
Yeah,
are they even on the list of designated sponsors or they're just an outside party?
they just an outside party, I
Then you
think.
don't need
And
them. You don't need them. If they're not the only people that, I mean, the only organization that would matter are the one on the list of designated sponsors because they have been approved by the State Department here in
I
the
know, no,
US.
no, they are the one.
They are the ones.
AIG was, yes, and the Bridge USA, they're still there.
Okay. I am going to
But
be talking to somebody about that then. Okay.
they one option is that I opened to her about the H1B visa, but she had not yet responded me. Maybe later. So
Have her,
I am just
yeah. Okay. You're just waiting.
yes, I'm
Have her
just
to
waiting for
email
a
me.
response.
Yeah, I know she emailed me already, but if she is interested in knowing about the H-1B visa, that's going to be 6 to 8 months to process because there's a lot of steps that they have to do with the certification of labor in order to show that they've had actively advertised the job and nobody responded, and that's why they are hiring international teachers. So they have to pretty much justify why you're not hiring local. And so H-1B visa is a better visa for everybody, but it just takes a long time. You cannot do it in 1 year. The J-1 visa is the one to do it to happen. But the thing is, July now is end of July. Most of the slots are available are gone. Every sponsor is only given so many slots, and so they would give it away. They're done for till the next year. And so the new rule, the thing is, if you have not started your process for this year by October 1, you will be waiting for the next school year because September 30th is pretty much the deadline for them for this school year. So but H-1B visa, if a school will be willing to wait for you, like for next year or for the next semester or whatever, then I'll be glad to help them with that, because I'm about to help this Maria school to get hers, because I'm going to help the schools to make sure that the people are, the folks that I brought here will be going to H-1B and getting their green card, because that's what I want. You know, I don't want temporary. I want them to stay here and have a stable job. So, and I did tell the superintendents that this is not a, you know, like the ruling is, when you have a J-1 visa, you have to stay 3 years, right? I mean, you don't have to stay, but the contract is 3 years. And then there is a requirement of a 2-year physical presence to go back to the Philippines and share what you learned. Well,
Yes.
luckily, you don't have to do that because there is a shortage of teachers, and you can do a waiver. But don't ever speak of that when you do the U.S. Embassy. They will ask you that, are you, you know, a question like, are you going back? The answer is
Yeah.
always yes. Because if
Yes.
you say, no, I want to stay, I will do this, a shortage of teachers, no, you're going to fail. So make sure, as far as they're concerned, you are going to go back and you are going to share what you learned. But don't even mention about the other parts, because that happens later. Okay. And then after that, you can be extended for 3 more years. And after that, then you do H-1B. But if you do H-1B, if you have taught here 6 years, you already get your green card. Yeah. So you do 6 years. See what I'm talking about? So if I turned hers then H-1B visa already, then in her 6th year, no 9th year, because the first, anyway, whatever, before the 9th year, she will have a green card, or immediately really, but if she gets approved. But if she doesn't even do it automatically on 6 years, you have been teaching here, you will get your green card if you have an H-1B visa. But it's more time consuming. I don't know if it's more expensive, but it's just more time consuming. So, and patience for the school administrators, and some of them don't have the patience. You know, you have to be teaching in an area that they could not get somebody here, like the high school math and high school science and special ed. They will work with you because they cannot find anybody. And 1 year, when I was an administrator, my boss was asking me to find a math teacher and call the different universities, and the universities, they that year only graduated one math math teacher. So that math teacher, of course, got a job immediately. And so they had to like we got creative here in Arkansas where they do those some folks that are in other degrees and then they don't want to be in their degree but they want to teach. As long as you have a 4-year degree, they can actually do an alternative licensure thing where they can still teach, but they have some classes on Saturdays, and then the student teaching part is actually hands-on. They're already teaching. Well, they're doing their kind of student teaching, but they already have their job doing that. And so anyway, so they have that because we have such a shortage of teachers here, especially in Arkansas. Okay, who have I not talked to? Leslie with an LY, where are you on your process, girl?
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Good morning. Morning, Miss Maria.
Good morning, and Miss Maria too.
I am already waiting for my DS 2019 doc.
Okay.
I already had a embassy schedule, which is on September 6th.
Ooh,
So-
September 6th. Did they not do an expedited letter? Did you ask for an expedited letter?
My VS told me that once I get the DS 2019, 2019, I will ask for an expedited
Yes.
schedule.
Yes.
Because that is needed plus the job offer.
Yes. Yes. The expedited letter helps. You know, Maria, I think you're not supposed to come until what? January? She was here in October.
February was the first schedule that I have, but the school worked on with my emergency.
Yeah.
You know.
It because in the letter that Dr. Poole will write for you, it sounds like, you know, it's really an emergency that you have to be there, you know, being a core area, you're teaching a core area, you know. So anyway, so yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting you too, because Christine and you will be in the same school with Maria, and there'll be 4 of you in that, 4 Filipino teachers in that district. So I'm there every week. So I'll see you every week. And so anyway, who else? Emmanuel.
Thank you, Doc.
Yeah, thank you so much. Mr. Sanchez just came in. Yeah, tell me about you. Have you had an interview yet? I always ask you that every time you come on. Emmanuel, you need to unmute yourself, please. Yeah. Okay, there you go. There you are. Have you had an interview yet?
Yes, I have my interview last night with
Yeah?
the Oak Grove Middle School.
You did tell me that. Yes, I remember that email you did. How did you do?
There are 4 who interviewed me last night. The 3 were the teachers of that middle school, and 1 is the principal. So 4 of them interviewed me about the different teaching strategies. What are the skills that I can contribute to the schools?
How did you answer those?
I told them that as a Filipino teachers, we're having so many trainings and seminars here in the Philippines. We are being equipped with different skills,
Good.
teaching strats. Like for example, the Big Brother strategies in teaching learning process. Because they told me, Doc, that is easy teachers for that school, 7th grade.
Easy? I don't know that.
Easy. Yeah,
Economics?
I don't have to read this one. That is, wait, Doc, the email that was sent by Mr. Dr. Here. This one. I don't know the other one.
Did you want to share the screen so we can see? Or you can just...
I don't know how to share though.
Oh, there's in the bottom of your picture, there's a share screen.
Do you allow it for everyone?
It would make sure I allow that to everyone. Okay, yeah. See if you can share screen because we want to see what that is. Maybe somebody can help me figure it out. I don't know what EC school is. What is your area again, Emmanuel? I forgot. I don't memorize everybody's area unless it's a... a rare one. Okay. Did I lose him? Did I lose him? Okay, Mike. Okay, on my way home. Okay. All right. So what happened to Emmanuel? Did we lose him? I think we lost him. No, there he is. He's trying to come in again. Okay. That's technology for you. So what happened? Emmanuel, what happened, Emmanuel?
Hello, Doc. Sorry.
No, no problem.
I pressed the other one, which is
Get
cancel.
out. That's okay. Just read
Very
it.
bright one, Doc.
Just read that sentence then. I want to figure it out. Read that sentence with the EC in it.
So thank you for your interest in Oak Grove Middle School
Mhm.
and our EC position. On your application, you
Elementary.
noted that's English communications. On your application, you noted that you are not currently a U.S. citizen. Davidson County Schools does not sponsor visas. Do you already have a visa? If so, would you be available for a Google interview tomorrow, Thursday afternoon? I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks. Thank you, Dan Shamblan.
Okay, so what you can tell that school has never had any international teachers because they don't know obviously what to do. So in cases like that, you need to say, I do know the steps of the visa process, and if they don't sponsor, that means they don't have the money to do it. And that I think, what was it, about 2,500? How much was it? $2,500 is what the, like Helena bunch, they don't, that is one of our poorest schools here. And they cannot afford. They have 15 teachers, and the 15 teachers are doing their own. You can say that. And there were some, some schools, they have to do that because of budget,
But they asked me
constraint.
though if I can afford to have a visa. So I told them that I told them what's the process in getting the visa because they will not sponsor me. If
You have to
I
find a
can get
visa sponsor and you pay instead of them. You pay.
Yeah, it's just the pay. It's just the paying part.
The paying part that I can guide you with that. You have a visa sponsor and you pay. They see that what they're saying is that they don't have the money to pay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And
they said, "Doc, if I can get a visa sponsor, then I will be hired in that school."
Yeah, they
But
need to
they
give you
have
a job
to,
offer. They have to
yeah,
give you a
but they
job
have to
offer letter.
consult first the HR there, because the principal will not be the one to hire, but the HR committee will
Right,
be
because they're a big
going
school.
to
Yeah.
hire me. Yeah.
Right.
Then they will have to send me an email if I am hired, and then that's the time that I will going to have to look for a visa sponsor.
You could do it where you find a visa sponsor already, because you could also say that I already have a visa sponsor and all that. So that would make it like, you're ready.
Is it very
Right?
difficult, Doc? Is it very difficult to find a visa sponsor?
Well,
Doc?
I gave you a list already. Every time I email you, I gave you a list. You can Google list of designated sponsors near US, and then it will show the list, and there will be a lot of jobs there, like au pair and all that. But you go to teacher. In fact, I'm going to show it to you guys because it's important that you know this in order for you to find one.
Then the principal has already very simple questions regarding on the interview was very, shall I say,
Simple.
yeah,
Is it
simple. It's just asking only what teaching strat that I could give to the 7th grade students, and how will I deal those students who are very naughty during my class discussion. Yeah, and then,
So it's basic question, sounds like, right?
And then about my introduction about myself.
Right. Yeah, well, that's very simple. So you go list of visa sponsors, what I searched, and anyway, so let me copy and paste this on the chat, so that, where's my chat right here? so that you'll have this, so you can copy and paste it if you have your computer. Anyway, this is once you go here, then you select a program, and the program that you want. Let me move it.
And G1
It's the
Visa State
teacher. Yeah, let me see,
participants.
teacher. So you go to teacher right here on the bottom. And once you get there, then all of these are teacher sponsors. So you go from A to, there's I think 2 pages of it. And it doesn't matter what state they're in, they can sponsor anybody from whatever state. So there's actually 86 of them. And so there's 2 pages. So what you need to do is they have, if their name right here is a link. So all you have to do is link, for example, if you want to see this group here, you can click on the link and then Alliance Abroad, and then you just find how to contact them. Usually there's a contact us. See, go to contact us and find their email and email them. So see the contact us, and then you are a fellow. Yeah, you're gonna be on the first one. And so you have to accept their deal and then get started. How can, anyway, just follow directions on, because they'll have a different one. Okay. And so so I hope that's helpful, that you just Google list of visa sponsor, or you copy and paste this one here that I have shared in chat. Keep that and bookmark it, because that's really important, because these are the only visa sponsors allowed to give the DS 2019. So any of the other agencies, and they say I could be a visa sponsor, you need to check that their names on this list, because if they're not there, they're not going to be accepted at all. They cannot give you a DS 2019 that will be recognized by the US Embassy. So these are the only people that are okayed to do that. Okay. All right. So answer it where you answer it where, and if you have to drop names, like you say, I have Dr. McCullough that may have sent you, our name, our list, that she will be glad to help me guide
Yeah,
me.
I told them, Doc, about you during the interview. Yeah,
Okay.
but then they said, oh yes, it's Doc McCullough, according the
Did they know me?
principal.
I didn't know. Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah, he just smiled at me when I mentioned your name.
Oh,
Then the 4 teachers also are smiling also when I mentioned your name. It's actually I told them, actually it's Doc McCullough who helped me on the cover and everything, like the process and how are we going to apply in the different
yeah.
states in America, and then
I help
it's
Emmanuel with his cover letter, because he
yeah.
I,
I really feel difficult to chop those words
yeah,
because
you
it's
have a very
very long.
long cover letter, and I help you cut it to half. So yeah, I hope that was okay. Oh, obviously it was
Yeah.
okay, because you got an interview.
Yeah, when I use that cover letter, and when I update my status, then I remove the old cover letter and I put the new one. And there are 3 schools who emailed me, but
Telling you.
yeah,
I'm telling you,
it's
cover
very
letter,
sure.
yep, is your number one. That is really the secret. If you have a good cover letter that convince them, and you don't mind me sharing your cover letter that I did, do you? Well, that's another
Yes,
thing.
no,
I will maybe when I do the video, I might share it if you don't mind. But because it was really long, and we cut it short. So I was like, all his information is still there, but I just made it more clear and concise. Of course, that's my area. I'm a literacy
but
specialist. So
this one I applied in the Clay County District Schools, Doc.
okay.
3 applications.
Wow.
They replied me, filled.
Good job, Emmanuel. I'm proud of you. You remember when every time you come on, you're like, well, I still don't have an interview. And now you got 3, man. That's good.
Yeah, the
Anyway,
main, the county school district, the Clay County District Schools.
okay.
But
Good.
the Clay County District Schools, they have the interview to me, but there's no date yet when. But they are just sending me to prepare for an interview if I am willing to be interviewed.
Make sure you
So
answer
I
them.
replied,
Yeah.
yeah, I replied them, yes, I am very much willing and 100% willing to be interviewed
Yeah.
by
You might want to
principal.
put the time. Well, you don't worry about the time. Just remind